We're here at General Motors Place in Vancouver, British Columbia to close out the regular season with a beauty tonight. I'm Jim Houston with Craig Simpson. Up next, the final regular season meeting between the Vancouver Canucks and the Los Angeles Kings.
The key here is going to be containing their opponent's speed. And you do that with good positioning away from the puck.
They can't get caught up ice or it'll be an odd man rush back the other way, and this opponent is just too fast. Here's a look at tonight's official.
Now, he generally tends to let a lot of stuff go, but the one area he really cracks down on is obstruction. He won't let players get away with a lot of clutching and grabbing out there.
Face-off won by Morrison. Pass back. Shoved. Right in front. Delayed call coming up. Vishnowski will serve time for hooking. Vancouver is about to go to work on its first power play of the game. Let's see if they can cash in.
You want to establish a good power play early, even if you don't score. It builds confidence and keeps momentum going.
Quick puck movement. And out they come with a puck. Over the blue line. Sent flying.
You could feel that one up in the booth.
Through center. Over the line. Scramble. Keane has his pocket pick. Into the attacking zone. Taken out.
Jim, that's how you earn respect in this game.
In over the line. Shove. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets bowled over by Oland. There's a minute gone by on this current man advantage, and they haven't been able to muster up a whole lot of offense.
Well, they have to start spreading out, getting the puck to the point, and firing the puck on goal. Turn them inside out there.
Salo brings it out. Over the line. A shot from the slot by Sedin out of their defensive end. Passed over. In over the line. Right in front. Big save. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets roughed up by Sopel. Vancouver is 0 for 1 with the man advantage as the penalty expires. Move back. In the corner. Deadmarsh laid out.
Now that one was worth watching.
Salo out of their defensive end. In over the line. Cranked him.
That was huge.
In front. Thrashed.
He took a big-time check.
Change underway for the Vancouver Canucks. Into the attacking zone. A lateral pass. Rocked.
Now that's a big hit.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets laid out by Miller.
A textbook body check, Jim.
Over the line. Frolov with a wrist shot. Misses. Rink-wide pass. Brings it out. Allen gets rubbed off the puck. Klatt in over the line. Shoots. Frolov goes wide. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Played across. Muscled off the puck. Straka is going to the box for hooking. Vancouver will get a second chance on the power play here. And the faceoff is won by Armstrong. Brings it out. In behind. Kluche went long. Over the blue line. Pass to the point. Linden shoots the puck. Czechmanik made the save. Brings it out. Over the line. Armstrong, wrist shot. Turned away by Kluche. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Quick puck movement. Post. Malik. Brings it out. And the Los Angeles Kings will take this opportunity to make a change. Checked.
That was rock solid.
Brings it out. In over the line. Gleason pushes him. Mad scramble. The Kings are average when it comes to their power play.
Jim, a lot of games are decided by one goal these days. It's not uncommon for game winners to be scored with the man advantage.
The ref is ready to drop the puck. Henrik Sedin wins the faceoff. Heavy shot from the point by Malik. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Kluche reached out for the puck. Across. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. In front. Bad save. Brings it up. Over the blue line. With a wrist shot. He gets checked by Gleason. Keane. Out of their defensive end. The Canucks come in offside. This guy needs to play aggressive to be effective.
Well, he doesn't flop down, so he has to play at the top of his crease. If he gets back on his heels, he gives away way too much net.
Face-off won by Morrison. Vancouver is now 0 for 2 on the power play. Moved across. Brings it out. In over the line. Czechmanic reached out for the puck. Passed across. Over the line. In Deadmarsh scores!
What a rocket he let loose on that shot.
That was absolutely unleashed on net, and it found the target. Vancouver will have to work if they want to win.
They're not pushovers. Look for them to leap out the second the puck is dropped.
Over. A shot from the slot by Lindgren. Czechmanic made the save. Played up. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Duszynski out-muscles him. Quick pass up. Brings it out. In over the line. A delayed penalty called against Los Angeles. Dempsey gets called for hooking. Oh, you can see that the coach doesn't like that call at all, and he's going to have a word with the official. Vancouver will go on the power play once again. They weren't able to capitalize on their first power play. Let's see if they can do it here. And the faceoff is won by Sedin. Blocked. Froloff out of their defensive end. Over the line. He gets muscled off the puck. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Pass to the point. A lateral pass. Pad save by Czechmanic. Over the blue line. Sent flying.
Finish that one with a bang.
Brings it out. In over the line. Laid out.
That's what we came to see.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Rubbed off the puck. Bertuzzi grabbed it. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Hard wrist shot by Keane. Czechmanic reached out for the puck. The players are lining up at the face-off circle. Vancouver gets the draw. Armstrong pushes him. Czechmanic freezes the puck. They're getting ready for the face-off. The Canucks win the face-off. Linden grabs it, shoved, brings it out. Long pass. In over the line. Right in front. Awesome save. Great save by Czechmanic. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Salo.
Oh, he corked him a good one.
Vancouver continues to struggle on the power play. They're now 0 for 3. Over the line. Pushed. Rink-wide pass. Over the blue line. Sopel shoves him. Moved up. In over the line. Naslund gets checked. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone.
Hit! What a hit!
Played over. Brings it out. Over the line. Crushed.
Thundering hit.
Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Pushed off the puck. Delayed call against Los Angeles. Straka is going off for hooking. And you can see the coach here doesn't like that call, and he's having a word with the official. Vancouver hasn't had any luck on the power play so far in this game, but they'll get a fourth chance here.
Well, they just need a few bounces to go their way. If they stick with it, the goals will come.
Passed over. Over the blue line. Frolov gets knocked over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Malik gets hit. That's going to leave a mark. Right in front. Saved by Kluche. Over the line. Bertuzzi gets pushed.
Terrific physical play.
Brings it out. In over the line. Frolov gets through the defense with a nice deke.
And what a move it was.
This guy's ready to break out. You can see it in his game.
I agree with you on this one, Jim. I love his play. He could be a year away from becoming an elite talent.
The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to the Kings. He gets shoved by Morrison. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Bumped by Deadmarsh. In front. Leg save. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Fires! Shot blocked by Sopel. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Taken out. That was a big hit. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets shoved. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Naslund. Czechmanic got a leg on it. Vancouver is now 0 for 4 on the power play as the penalty expires. Crushed.
A punishing hit.
It's moved over by Gleason. Moved over center. Over the blue line. Checked.
That was a monster of a hit.
Over center. Into the attacking zone.
Hit. Lined him up and knocked him down.
Brings it out. And the Los Angeles Kings will take this opportunity to make a change. Frolov. Straka. Saved by Kluche. And he hangs onto the puck for the whistle. You know, Mark Crawford has spent his lifetime around the game of hockey, but as a coach, he exploded onto the NHL scene, didn't he?
Well, Jim, in 1995, Crawford was coaching the Quebec Nordiques to an impressive finish. And that finish made him the youngest Jack Adams Award winner. While the Northman would relocate south to Colorado the following season, where Crawford would become the third youngest coach to win the Stanley Cup.
In over the line. Nielsen will serve time for hooking. Los Angeles will try and take advantage of a penalty here.
Well, we haven't seen the power play yet tonight, but we know they're going to be a handful.
They've got great skill on that first unit. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Quick puck movement. Last one. Czechmanic made the save, and he covers up for the faceoff. The Kings are still fine-tuning their penalty kill.
Yeah, it's not one of their strengths. They do a better job to concentrate on staying out of the box.
About to drop the puck. Face-off won by Linden. Leveled.
That's some heavy action.
He gets run over by Modry.
That was intimidation.
Passed across. Over the line. Right in front. Camilleri gets smoked.
I wouldn't want to have been on the receiving end of that one.
Into the attacking zone. He gets roughed up by Modry. Out of their defensive end. They desperately need to find some way to get going here with the extra attacker.
Oh, you're right, Jim. This power play has...
Ooh, big hit. Right in front. Shoots the puck. Turned aside by Kluche. Brings it out. In over the line. Heavy shot from the wing by Salo. Brings it out. And the Los Angeles Kings will take this opportunity to make a change. Bertuzzi. Over the line. Bowled over.
Bumped them that time.
Klatt. Mowed down.
They felt that hit in the rafters.
Over the blue line. Bertuzzi. Nielsen returns his team to full strength as he's completed his penalty. Puck is dumped in on the end boards by Bertuzzi. Klatt grabbed it. And time winds down as the first period comes to an end with the score 1-0.
Tonight's edition features complete roster reviews for both teams, player bios, and informative scores.
That first period was tight. Hopefully we'll see things open up in the second. They're getting ready for the faceoff. Lindgren won the draw. Gold over. He got rocked right there. Over. Into the attacking zone. Robitaille hit. Salo. In over the line. Camilleri out-muscles him. He slammed him big time. Over the line. Shoots the puck. Saved by Kluche. Brings it out. Coast to coast. Laid over in front. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Knocked over. Played up. In over the line. Right in front. Turned away by Czechmanek. In front. Wyszynski scores! The puck came back out, and he was ready and waiting for it. Vancouver starts the second with a game-tying goal.
The score may be even, but that goal gives them the edge in play.
Quick puck movement. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Klatt, wrist shot. Kluche made the save, and he hangs on to the puck. We're ready for the faceoff. And the faceoff is won by Stumple. Kluche reached out for the puck. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Gold over. Over the blue line. Bumped off the puck. Advances the puck. Brings it out. Over the line. Knocked down. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Knocked him off the puck. Moved up. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Czechmanek hangs on for the whistle. The action's about to start. Vancouver gets the draw with a wrist shot blocked. Brings it out. Coast to coast. Kluche made the save. Brings it out. Over the blue line. In the corner. Scramble in front of the net. Play grinds to a halt as the puck is shot out of play. Andy Murray had to overcome a lot of adversity in the 03-04 campaign, Craig.
Well, although they missed the playoffs, Jim, Murray's Kings were able to stay competitive while suffering through an unbelievable 536-man games lost to injury.
Lindgren gets bowled over. It's moved across by Malik. He gets worked over by Modry. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Checked. Brings it out. In over the line. In front. Wyszynski. Wrist shot. Blocked by Nielsen. Over the blue line. Thrashed.
That was a full contact hit.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Brings it out. In over the line. Brings it out. He gets checked by Malik.
Very impressive.
Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Taken out. Brings it out. Coast to coast. Bertuzzi runs him over. Brings it out. In over the line. Shot from the wing by Wyszynski. Czechmanek got a pad on it. ref is signaling for the faceoff. Stumpel wins the faceoff. Out of their defensive end. Passed over into the attacking zone. Kluche made the save. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets leveled by LaPerriere. Over the line. He gets hit by Allen. Nice delivery. It's a scramble. Kluche covers up. It didn't take this guy too many tries to put one in the back of the net.
Well, if you want to be valuable to your team's offense, you've got to focus on getting your shot off quickly and as often as you can.
The Canucks win the faceoff. He gets hit by Armstrong. Brings it out. In over the line. Salo mowed down.
That'll keep them on their heels.
Hit out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. In front. Kluche slams the door shut. Brings it out. Over the line. A shot from the slot by Bertuzzi. Saved by Czechmanek. Advances the puck. In over the line. Brings it out. Delayed penalty coming up for Los Angeles. Gleason is going to the box for hooking. Vancouver has yet to score on 4 power plays, so they get their 5th chance right here. Henrik Sedin won the draw. Malik slaps it, blocked. Played over, out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Kluche made the save. Short pass. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets laid out by Sedin. Brings it out. Rocked.
That came harder than expected.
Over the line. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Passed across. Keane. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Salo roughs him up.
Now that's how you body check someone.
Into the attacking zone. Supple shoots hard. Stick save. Across. Over the line. Kluche got a leg on it. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets run over by Nordstrom. A solid check. Naslund. Brings it out. Over the blue line. A shot from the slot by Deadmarsh. Kluche hangs on for the whistle. Now you talk about great defensemen in this league, and this guy really makes it all happen at the back end.
Jim, he's like a catalyst out there, consistently feeding forwards with breakout passes. And hey, I say he wouldn't hesitate to jump up in the rush.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Leveled. Scramble. Nielsen scores right through traffic. He really stepped into that slap shot and ripped it past the netminder. Vancouver gets the draw. Moved across. Allen knocked him off the puck. Kluche moves it ahead. Brings it out. In over the line. Rubbed off the puck. Played across. He gets roughed up by Belanger. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Run over. In behind. Passed across. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Checked. Delayed call. Avery has been nailed for interference.
His man was nowhere near the puck. That makes it interference. Good call by the official.
Vancouver 0 for 4 on the power play, and they're getting their 5th chance here. Armstrong wins the faceoff. Brings it out. Over center. Into the attacking zone. Big hit. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Shove. Salo. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Gets away a hard shot. Big save by Czechmanic. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets rocked by Sopel. Passed over. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Morrison shoots the puck. Advances the puck out of their defensive end. Los Angeles puts its number 2 penalty killing unit out. Leveled. Kluche covers up for the whistle. Vancouver has stayed out of penalty trouble so far, and that's a great sign.
Well, the key is they haven't backed down at all, but they've avoided the retaliation penalties. Those will kill you.
Face-off won by Sedin. Brings it out. In over the line. Pushed aside by Czechmanic. Into the attacking zone. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Roughed up. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Flattened. Played up. Brings it out. In over the line. Kluche gets his stick on it. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shove. Vancouver has to be concerned about this power play. They're now 0 for 6 after falling flat on that last chance. End to end. He gets leveled by Malik out of their defensive end. Over the line. Keane shoots the puck. Taken out. Brings it out. Over center. Into the attacking zone. Shove. Scramble. Frolov with a wrist shot. He gets checked. Shoots the puck. Allen grabbed it. The horn signals the end of the second. 2-1 the score as we head for the intermission.
A variety of local restaurants offer a 20% discount with the presentation of your ticket stub when ordering. Be sure to check it out.
We're just about to start the third period.
Jim, in a game this close, you probably won't see either team take too many chances.
And the faceoff is won by Morrison. Shoved over the blue line. Mowed down.
That's one he'll remember.
In over the line. He gets hit by Salo.
Sent him sprawling.
Run over. Brings it out. Over the line. Shoved. Right in front. Pad saved by Czechmanic. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Hit. Knocked down. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Behind the net. Brings it out. In over the line. Hard wrist shot by Stumple. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Gleason knocks him off the puck. Brings it out. Over the line. Big hit. Stopped in his tracks. Brings it out. In over the line. Played across. In front. Leg save by Czechmanic. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Shoots the puck. The shot is blocked by Malik.
Completely off target.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets bowled over by Robitaille. Quick puck movement. In over the line. Moved over. Brings it out. Vancouver puts its third line out. He gets hit by Straka. Pass back. Shoots. Out of their defensive end. Robitaille gets bumped off the puck. Straka grabbed it. Over the line. Delayed penalty coming up for Vancouver. Reed gets called for hooking. Face-off won by Linden. Brings it out. Advances the puck. Skating through center ice. Into the attacking zone. Shove. Right in front. Stumple. Stick save. Kluche covers up. The Canucks have big league skill right through their lineup.
This team likes to play with the puck, and that's how they beat you. If you want to hold them off, you need to finish your checks.
And the faceoff is won by Bertuzzi. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Checked.
Jim, that was a real blow.
Knocked down. Brings it out. In over the line. Frolov now with the puck. Hit. We've reached the midway mark of the penalty, and they haven't been able to generate a whole lot of anything with a man advantage.
Jim, it looks like they're trying to make the perfect play out there. All they need to...
Oh, there's a shot. Stick save. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets checked by Malik.
Knocked him down.
Into the attacking zone. Out of their defensive end. And the Los Angeles Kings will take this opportunity to make a change. A lateral pass. Over the blue line. In over the line. Klatt rips one. Missed the net. Cannonade drive. Saved by Kluche. Brings it out. Over the line. Visnovsky shoves him. Brings it out. Played across. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit.
He leveled him.
Passed over. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Klatt, wrist shot. In the corner. Moved back. Right in front. Saved by Kluche. Brings it out. Coast to coast. Played over. The ref indicates a delayed call against Los Angeles. The Vancouver Canucks are going to get a penalty. Both teams are getting penalized. Each team is now down a player, and action will resume.
Well, we're going to see a little wide-open 4-on-4 play. Let's see how much this changes the game.
Miller picks off the puck. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Rocked.
He's seeing double now.
Nielsen in over the line. Shove. Advances the puck. Brings it out. Muscled off the puck. Offside. Los Angeles.
Now, I like what this guy's doing out there. He's backing up the defense and forcing the play.
He's got a nose for the net, and it's earned him 2 points already. The faceoff goes to Vancouver. Over the blue line. He gets pushed by Gleason. Brings it out. Over the line. Checked. Sallow. Out of their defensive end. Moved across. Hit. Passed ahead. In over the line. Rink-wide pass. Into the attacking zone. Over the blue line. Kluche reached out for the puck. Moved up. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets roughed up by Modry. Shoots the puck. Out of their defensive end. Los Angeles puts its scoring line out. Shoved. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets laid out by Nordstrom. Brings it out. In over the line. Stumple gets knocked over. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Oland controls the puck. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. With a wrist shot. Kluche got a pad on it. Huge shot. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets rocked up by Visnovsky. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Taken out. Brings it out. Dumped in on the end boards by Cook. Passed up to the neutral zone. Moved ahead. Change underway for the Vancouver Canucks. Hard wrist shot by Linden. Saved by Czechmanek. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. A lateral pass. In front. Weak wrist shot by Deadmarsh. In over the line. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Passed over. Centers it. Wrist shot. Turned aside by Kluche. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Bowled over. Brings it out. Coast to coast. He gets taken out by Baumgartner. Over the line. The ref indicates a delayed call. Nordstrom will serve time for interference.
Now, you can't really argue that one. Everyone knows it gets you 2 minutes.
Vancouver has really struggled on the power play tonight. Let's see if they can get something going here. Los Angeles wins the draw. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Pushed off the puck. Sopel moves it ahead. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Hard one-time shot by Linden. He tallies an empty netter. And that goal will secure the game.
Well, it's a high-risk situation when you leave your net empty, but they had no choice down this late in the contest.
Los Angeles has less than a minute to score 2 goals.
Now, you never want to write a team off, Jim, but this is going to be a tough one to pull off.
Blocked. Brings it out. In over the line. Shot from the wing by Straka. Kluche turns the shot aside. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Right in front. Bertuzzi shoots it quickly. Taken out. The crowd's upset. No penalty call. Shot from the wing by Morrison. Blocked. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Oland.
Real power there.
Naslund brings it out. That's it. Los Angeles lost this game. 3-1 the final score. From General Motors Place in Vancouver, British Columbia, this is Jim Houston with Craig Simpson.
From all the team here at EA Sports, we'll see you next time.
You